naughty. Hi, and welcome to Watch These Films. I'm your host, Bianca, Allaine. Tonight we're reviewing not one, but two films. Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 1 and 2.
What the hell are you doing that for?
So, in the first film, we follow Billy and his family as they go visit Grandpa in the old person's home.
He doesn't hear us, honey. He doesn't even know we're here.
So the family thinks that Grandpa is completely mute and deaf or whatever and doesn't hear anything. They just gave up on him. But as soon as the parents walk away, Grandpa decides to talk, and he tells Billy all about Santa Claus. And he tells them that if you are naughty, Santa will punish you.
You see Santa Claus tonight? You better run, boy. You better run for your life.
So on the way home, they see a car stuck with car trouble. They decide they're going to stop and help this person. And who is this person? Santa Claus! Who wouldn't help Santa Claus, right?
I'm scared.
Of who, honey?
Santa Claus.
As they're helping Santa Claus, he pulls out a gun. And then he rapes and murders his mother. And he kills his father right in front of Billy and his brother. It's horrible. Horrifying.
Keep going. Don't stop.
Billy is traumatized. This is the worst thing that's ever happened. And it's on Christmas.
Merry fucking Christmas.
Flash forward. Billy and his little brother are sent to the orphanage. And they have to be raised by nuns.
I am not interested in what you think.
Billy ends up getting into some trouble. He's not allowed to go outside and play with the other kids, so he hears a noise and he sneaks around to investigate to see what it is. Well, he gets closer, peeks into the keyhole, and he sees two people having sex. The horror. But what gets worse, Mother Superior finds him, and he gets punished severely.
When we do something naughty, we are always caught.
Billy turns 18, and it's time for him to get a job in the real world. So, the nuns go visit the manager of a toy store, and they tell him all about little Billy. Billy's so great. Billy needs a job. The manager thinks, I'm not hiring this kid. This is stupid. But then, we see that Billy has blossomed into this handsome, grown man. We are treated to a folk music montage. We get to see how Billy spends his days working in the toy store. And it's interesting.
Everybody will be there, and they'll be smiling at me, and I won't need no more on the one side of the door.
We soon learn that Billy gets a crush. He falls in love with Pamela.
On the one side of the door.
So what the fuck you think you're doing now?
Things are great. Billy has never ever been happier. Of course, that means something terrible is going to happen, doesn't it? is the worst thing that could ever happen to Billy? Oh, let's think. He has to be Santa Claus.
That's very good. Very realistic.
So Billy is forced to put on the Santa suit and have the little kids in his lap, and they talk to him, and the parents are like, oh, he's so good with kids. He's the best Santa that I've ever seen. How does he do it? Well, to me, I feel like he was the creepiest Santa Claus that I've ever seen in my life. He just kept whispering really, be good, be quiet, don't be naughty. He was totally weird and creepy, but apparently in the 80s, that was a good Santa Claus. As long as your kid wasn't kicking, screaming, throwing up, or peeing on Santa, everything's great.
He sure knows how to handle kids. He's great, isn't he?
To continue the awkwardness, the toy store decides that they're going to have their annual holiday party. And they make Billy stay. And they make Billy get drunk too.
I want to be good.
Meanwhile, at the lamest holiday party ever, Billy's coworker Andy decides he's going to hit on Dreamy Pamela. He doesn't just hit on her. He gets forceful and tries to rape her.
I don't see why you just don't bring it out there where everybody can see it.
Seeing Dreamy Pamela almost get raped by Andy is just too much for Billy to handle. In fact, he snaps. So Billy just goes crazy, and he starts to kill all of the naughty people.
Have you been good? Or have you been naughty?
Now I have to mention that there is a cameo by Linnea Quigley, who is the ultimate scream queen, and I totally love her. And she's great in this, as usual.
Okay. You're on your own until morning. Merry Christmas.
So let's move on to Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. Well, the first 30 to 40 minutes of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 is actually just a rehash, the exact same footage of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1. The exact footage. I'm not even joking.
Let's go! Start the movie!
So in the sequel, we're following Ricky. Now who's Ricky? Well, don't be silly. That's Billy's little brother.
No kidding.
After we get past the first 30 to 45 minutes of the film, it starts to pick up and get really good. We start following Ricky in his day-to-day life and business, and we see all kinds of interesting things. So Ricky's riding around looking all cool and smooth like James Dean on his motorcycle. And he gets in a crash. And he meets the most beautiful blonde in the world.
One day, we just bumped into each other. She was a knockout.
Ricky and his new blonde babe decide to start dating, and they go to the movies. Da-da-da, everything's great except there's an annoying heckler in the theater. Ugh, we've all had to deal with that. It's so bad, so bad.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Dun. You got a problem, pal?
So, Ricky and his girlfriend are watching this movie, and wait a minute, this movie that they're watching looks really familiar. Oh, it is familiar because it's that footage from before of Ricky's parents getting murdered by Santa Claus. Yes, the exact same footage. Somehow this is some sort of alternate universe where Ricky can see his life that happened in the past on the movie screen. He sees the Santa Claus rob the convenience store and then get in the car and then drive over and murder and rape his parents, and he sees himself and his brother. What? I got confused. Now this, at first I thought, well, maybe they're just doing this as a psychological thing. No, this is supposed to actually be a movie that they are watching.
It's about this guy who dresses up like Santa Claus and kills people.
What?
Between the heckler and the weird parallel universe of him seeing his own parents' murder on the movie screen, he just snaps and he goes crazy and he starts to murder.
Shh. Naughty.
After the first kill, Ricky just goes on the most epic murder spree of all time. This is cinematic gold.
Garbage day! Huh? No!
Ricky's crazy murder spree ends with him trying to just commit suicide. Ha ha ha. But it doesn't work. He gets caught and he gets locked up.
No! Don't do it! No! It's not worth it! Don't be a fool! Don't do it! Don't kill yourself!
No more bullets.
Somehow, Ricky breaks free. And he's out on the loose again. And he gets a hold of a Santa suit. And he's off to get Mother Superior and just show her what he's got.
Oh, there you are!
He finds Mother Superior living in room 666 in the most non-ADA compliant apartment building ever. So I liked both of these films, but I kind of have a soft spot in my heart for part 2 because it's just so absurd. I loved it.
Really, Matt, no!
So this is a first, but I'm actually going to rate these films together because part 2 has so much of part 1 in it that it kind of ends up being sort of a continuation in the same film. I'm going to give Silent Night, Deadly Night part 1 and 2 4 stars because the absolute absurdity of part 2 just really melts my heart. It's a Christmas classic, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Yay! Happy holidays from me and the crew at Watch These Films.
Watch these films.